Hi, it's Thursday the 24th of April 2025. I'm continuing my walk along the Cambrian Way in Wales, and today's itinerary, I'm heading up onto this big long ridge, then I'll be heading down to a small village, I think it's Maintalrog, and then from there I'll be heading up to a reservoir and I'll be hoping to camp there tonight. Hopefully another nice day again today. Some nice views to start the day. Yeah, so from now on I'll be referring to Snowdon as Witfa. I've been practicing that, so I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I think I can vaguely see it over in the distance. There's a lot of hazy cloud this morning, but I should make it out quite clearly as I approach it over the next couple of days. I think this is the highest point I'll be doing today, and what I'll be doing today, I'm heading along a ridge down to a large reservoir, and then I'll be going up to the village, and then after the village I'll be heading up to, there's another couple of reservoirs in the hills, and I'll be looking for a camping spot there tonight. Some nice views of the direction I came up this morning. Some really nice views overlooking the coast just over to the west. Some nice views again from the next high point. Just arrived in the village. I don't think there's any shops here, it's a very small place, but there is a pub here, so it's a good place for stopping for lunch. But I'm continuing onwards. I'm only about 3 miles from my camping spot now, I think. just following a railway for a little bit. I'm just under 12 miles from Beddgelert now, so I think I'm going to just look for a camping spot. I think I'm going up there tomorrow. It's I think it's called Molen Mar. So that'll be the first big ascent of the day, and then I'll be going up to Cnicht. And then from there it's all downhill to Beddgelert. I'm about 11 miles from Beddgelert now, so I think it's time to call it a day. I found a quite nice camping spot here. It's quite flat and near a stream. Got some nice views as well. I'm trying this out tonight. This is the three-sided pyramid setup. It's very quick and easy to put up, and I've heard it's very resilient in windy weather, but I'm not sure about the trekking pole, so it might sort of push around a little bit. So whether the trekking pole needs its own guy lines in stormy weather, that would make it a bit more resilient. But yeah, a bit more luxury than just using the bivvy bag. I just use the bivvy bag flat, and if there is windy weather tonight, I can just pull the top down and just put the bivvy bag up and just sleep in that how I normally sleep in it. But it's nice to have a little bit more shelter tonight. So yeah, I've got to get to Beddgelert by 6 o'clock. That's the last bus to Porthmadog, so I should do that okay. So looking forward to some nice views tomorrow morning. So until tomorrow morning, good night. So today's route, the first half of the day I'm going uphill all the way up to a mountain called Cnicht, and then after that it's all downhill to Beddgelert. Well, that was a bit of a steep walk getting up to the reservoir. But when I get up to my first high point of the day, I should be able to see Cnicht and the rest of the route. I think today it's going to be dry, so I'm lucky again, but it's going to start raining this evening. So hopefully I'll be in Beddgelert by then. Looks like this is my first bit of scrambling for the day. Nice views of the reservoir from up here. Got another steep one now, and then should get some nicer views up there. Oh, getting breezy again at the top. Down to the bottom. This is where I think this is where the slate trail begins. It's another route where they used to do slate mining here, and there's a route I think goes down towards Beddgelert. But I'll be going up onto, I think there's a ridge goes up to there, and then it goes all the way up to Cnicht, which I think is that mountain just there in the centre of the picture. And then from there it's all downhill to the village. So the name Cnicht originates from the Old English word for knight, as in knight in shining armour, because many centuries ago it was spelled C-N-I-H-T, and it got that name because it said that from certain angles the mountain looks like a knight's helmet. And it's also known as the Welsh Matterhorn, because I think from the other side of the mountain it does resemble the Matterhorn, but fortunately not as high to get up to. So I think from the lake I've got to head up onto this ridge and then go all the way up to, I think that's Cnicht, just up there. Actually, coming up from the east side of Cnicht is quite a nice leisurely walk. Actually, it's just a gradual uphill slope, so no scrambling or anything. But I think on the west side of the mountain there's a little bit of scrambling. Well, I'm lucky with the weather again. It's such a mountainous region here, it's difficult to see where Arwitha is. But this is looking due north. That's looking westwards. And this is south, this is the direction I've been coming from over the last few days. So just going to have a little sit down, then it's all downhill to Beddgelert. Just heading down to the Slate Trail, and then I'll be following that towards the village. Just arrived in Beddgelert, made good time as well, so I've got plenty of time to get down to Porthmadog. Very pretty village. So just going to wait half an hour for the bus and then going to Porthmadog, and I'll be back here in a couple of days' time to continue the hike. So until then, good night. I forgot to mention when I arrived in Beddgelert the other day, there's a very useful camping and hiking shop here, and it's useful for buying cooking gas because the Cambrian way, it's a very remote route. It's very difficult to get cooking gas. I think you can get it in Abergavenny and you can buy it in Beddgelert, but apart from that, it's best to bring enough for the walk. So today is the big day. This is when I go to the summit of Whitfar. So my original plan, I was thinking of doing this over 2 days. I was going to go up around the east side of the mountain and then go up. There's a route called the Miners Track, and I was going to go up there about halfway and then camp overnight, and then in the next morning I was going to go up to the summit. Well, I've decided that it'll be a lot more practical. I'm going to take the official Cambrian way route, and that's following a ridge up the south side of the mountain. And then I'll go up to the summit this afternoon and then head down to the Miners Track to find a camping spot this evening. Because one thing to bear in mind when going up Whitfar, it's a very popular tourist hotspot, and because there's a train that goes up to the top and there's also a cafe at the top. So if you go there, say on a weekend in July and August, there's most probably going to be a very long queue of people queuing up to go on the summit to take a selfie. So it takes a bit of planning to go up onto the mountain if you don't want to be stood for half an hour in a queue. I think today's a normal working day in April, but I think when I go up there they'll still be quite busy. But I've got a lot of time up there, so I don't mind being in a small queue to go on the summit today. I've just arrived at the start of the Watkin path, which goes up to the summit. So I'm just going to follow this for a little bit, and then the Cambrian way route eventually splits off and goes another way up to the top. So I can see the route I'll be taking. I'm just heading up to that ridge, and then I'll be following the ridge all the way to the summit. The last 2 miles up to the summit were a bit of a slog, but I'm making progress now. Should be getting there in about an hour or so. Slight change of plan. I think I'm going to push on tonight. Instead of camping down on the miners track, I think I'm going to keep heading down into the valley. I'm heading down to Penna Pass, which is there's a car park there and a cafe and I think a YHA hostel. I'm just going to go down there on the pig track, which is just down there, and that's quite a nice route. It's quite scenic and there's not much scrambling, so it's quite a nice quick route to get down. And I'm just going to go down on the other side of the valley and look for a camping spot. There's a lake just on the other side of the road. I don't know why that my voice is going a bit husky. I hope I'm not getting a cold or anything, but I'll be in Conwy soon. I'll just have to start putting subtitles under this screen if I lose my voice. There's white buildings just down there in the valley. That's where Penna Pass is, and that marks the end of my little day trip up to Arwitfa. And then going up to the next mountain, there's a lake just there. That's where I'm planning to camp tonight. And then I'll be going up there tomorrow morning. I think it's the Gleeders. I think I'm going up Gleeder Fa, then Gleeder Fac. So I hope to get some nice views again tomorrow. Just arrived at Penna Pass. There's a cafe here. I don't know if it's still open. If it's open, I'm just going to get a quick bottle of Coke and then continue onwards. I think there's a YHA hostel here as well. It's a bit boggy down by the lake, unfortunately, so I've just loaded up with water and I've come up the hill a bit and I've found quite a nice camping spot here, so I'll be settling down here for the night. Yeah, it's been quite a nice day today. I've made some progress and it's been gorgeous weather. So tomorrow morning I've got a bit of a scramble to start the day. I think I'm going up on that ridge. I think it's the Gleaders, Gleaderfach and Gleaderfar, and then just downhill after that. I think I'm only about 24 miles away from Conwy now. I'll be doing it over about 2.5 days. I'm not rushing anyway. So yeah, I'm going to settle down now and then continue onwards tomorrow morning. So until tomorrow, good night.